sing a happy song together, and we'll all be a happy family.
Hi and welcome back, and here it is, the Bush vhf90, Bush's probably worst ever design disaster. And this is on medium wave.
Experience the new hype only at highbets.co.uk. And right now, bet £10 and get £30 in free bets. T's and C's apply. 18 plus only. Minimum deposit required. New customers only. The website for details.
/healing conference.
Pomegranate just 89p each, and a green bean for 69p. I don't know about embarrassed, but I think, yeah, it was maybe something that should have been ironed out beforehand in terms of a sort of unified response.
So that was medium wave, and this is VHF.
Do that, but hey, we all carried on sleeping. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Some scientists are more to curb the use of the chemicals which cause its deterioration.
3 people to walk underneath this hole in the ozone layer that everybody's talking about around the world. Us 3 are the only people that have ever subjected any flesh.
I can't remember the name of the bar. There's like some floating bars.
Okay, we're going to go to ruin bars, so
That's it! That's it! Yes, yes.
Okay.
The ruin bars, they're amazing.
Dyke, Mo Salah, and I'm BC. Call 03.
I got no tables. Anything you want, get to
So there we have it. Switch it off down there. I try not to switch them on and off by this, because if the switch arcs and fails over time, then these are awkward things to try and find potentiometers with a switch fitted, but the switch is fine. I just don't want to use it too much. So, what were the problems I remember? Well, first problem I faced was trying to pull these off. They will pull off now with a reasonable amount of force, but they are quite tight on there now. So it's a good compromise, because for safety I don't want them to come off too easily. One minor thing is there should be an embellished piece that fits on here. I'll simply cut out a piece of plastic to the shape and stick it over that, so it will look okay. That's what I did with the other one, but that's simple enough. So finally, having got these off, eventually I was able to remove the chassis, and then I found all the wires were crumbly. So there were the crumbly wires. There was also getting the diffuser off from under here, which I've just pushed in place with blue tack at the bottom instead of glue, not even hot glue, because I want that to be easy to get out to change the pilot lamps. I had to get some pilot lamps because one of them was open, so I changed them both. which was the last thing I got. I had to wait for those, and they came today. Having got it out of the chassis and found that I had to do all that crusty wiring, particularly difficult because it went to the 3 wires to the output transformer, which is mounted up here. Also, all the mains wiring and HT wiring was all this crumbly wire, all had to be rewired. I did add an extra resistor going into the main selector, so that's dropping about 10 volts off, bringing it down to about 230, because the voltage has tended to be a bit high on this. So I thought I'd just ease it a bit by putting a small resistor in there. So anyway, went through it, recapped it all, then found the medium wave didn't work, then found that somebody very helpful on the internet had posted modifications that he found got round the problem, and also at the same time, of course, saying what the problem was, which was the switch, which with the high voltages close to the very low signals coming in at the front of the radio, just stopped it working, so that you had to modify it so an alternative switch could be used on the waveband switch. Having got that, I just did a normal alignment, and I'm not showing me replacing capacitors, and I'm not showing me aligning radios very much, because there's so many videos out there of people doing that, so many examples of it. Having done that, then I was able to reassemble it once I got the dial lamps, and it's working quite nicely. It's quite good on both bands. I found now I've got it back in the cabinet, everything's where it's meant to be. Not a great radio though, and one of these without the transformer means not really up to modern safety standards. Yeah, you really can't leave this thing plugged in if you're not using it. You can't leave it switched on unattended. There's so many issues with components that get hot in under the chassis, and generally speaking, all round it's not a great design. It's a nice circuit. The circuitry's a nice design, but the way it's been implemented is not. But this is the radio, well, an example of the radio that I grew up with, and it's for its age, it's in pretty good condition. It's 70 years old at the time of recording, and it's got the original knobs. I think these get broken because they are on so hard, so it's quite nice to have those. And it's reasonably clean condition, so can't complain. I've got a nice example of one that it does actually work. It's been a little bit of a battle, but yeah, should have been a simple recapping job made difficult by crusty wiring and a poor switch. But it's a nice enough example. So I hope you've enjoyed following me along on this little journey. Much shorter journey than the recent tape recorder that I did. So, but that's it really for this one, I think. There's not much point in showing me cutting out a piece of plastic and sticking it on there, which is the only thing really left to do. So I'll say bye for now, and catch you on the next one, and take care.
Sing the happy song together, fill the air with harmony. Sing the happy song together, that's the song to choose. For pushing away the blues, keep the heartstrings throbbing, and the good times coming. It will keep on humming a melody. Sing the happy song together. family.